Alrighty, yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Survival Series. Real quick, I just want to shout out some of the other channels we have, so make sure you subscribe to all of them. They are linked on the homepage of the Crazy 89 Gaming channel. Alrighty, let's get into the episode. I got some armor, as you can see right here. Copper chestplate and iron leggings. So we have 37 raw iron and 54 iron ingots. We also have a ton of copper. That's, we have a stack and 10 copper ingots, 46 uncooked copper. Oh, we also have like 17 coal in here. I also found 2 diamonds, along with some lapis, and we have a ton more copper back at the starter base. I do today want to work more on here. There is like a bridge that goes across here. I want to get that done. That's pretty much it for what I want to do today on the mega base. And I also want to do a bit more mining. So the mining's the more boring part, so I think we're going to start with that. When I was down there, a lot of mobs were spawning, and it looks bright in dark areas because I have a full bright mod on. Pretty much what that does is just gives me infinite night vision. That's why you'll see night vision in the corner. So let me craft some torches. Alrighty, into the cave. Alrighty, so my footage did cut off for a bit. I ran out of storage, but I'm back now. I just logged back into Minecraft after starting my recording again, and a creeper exploded. I accidentally entered the this menu that shows your effects, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of it. And then the creeper exploded, and it exploded my bed. I'm pretty sure I'm going in the right direction, though, to get back. I hope none of my stuff was exploded. My house is right up there. Yep, right there. Alright, thankfully it does not appear any of my chests were exploded, because that'd be a nightmare to clean up. This is actually the second time I tried recording this episode. The first time I forgot to turn on my microphone, but all that was pretty much me mining, so really wasn't much to see there. Alrighty, so we're going to do an iron pickaxe. We're going to do 3 copper pickaxes and 2 copper axes. And now let's head back into the cave. See, armor durability, golden helmet I just got from a zombie, so I don't care if that dies. Let's go back into the caves. Alright, so I just got some more ores. I got 24 iron from that session, which brings us up to a stack and 8 of raw iron, along with 54 iron ingots. I did not find any diamonds, sadly, but I did get a bunch of coal. Coal blocks actually smelt longer than 9 coal, so I'm going to make one of those. They do smelt for a while, though, so you really want to make sure you're not just throwing a bunch in, because then it could be burning, but you're not actually cooking anything, so it's kind of pointless then. I did get a good amount of torches down, but there's still more to be placed. Right now, I want to work on the mega base. I do actually believe I need to do some resource gathering. I'm going to run down to the forest, gather some wood, so let's do a wood mining montage. So, just got back from chopping trees. Let's head to the mega base. Alrighty, it looks like our iron is still smelting. So, we're gonna add in the bridge that goes here. Alright, so I don't really know where I left off, because I thought I was done recording for this episode, but I'm gonna continue recording for this episode. I know I did build this bridge here, but I worked more on the base. I got pretty much the entire upstairs done. I do need to add in the stairs here, but this is all finished on the inside. And then coming up here, I finished all the terraforming for this. This was pretty much just placing grass, pretty repetitive, so not much to see here. And then I started a wheat farm. So that's over here. And I built a little house so I can AFK at it. Time to harvest all the crops. Alright, so it looks like we got 2.5 stacks of wheat and 4.5 stacks of seeds. So real quick, I need to replant all the seeds. Alright, so now I'm going to show you what we're going to do with all the leftovers. We're going to come into here, and I did furnish part of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it all into this chest, and this is going to get us bone meal at the other side. So it filters through the hopper in there, and we can just let this run, and eventually it will fill up. Now, we need to move all this stuff inside because it keeps getting blown up, and yeah, I just don't want that. So I'm going to craft a bunch of chests, and then we're also going to sort the chests. I think just along this wall here would be good. Let me get some logs to decorate, and then we're going to do this every 2, so we can do double chests. Now start placing down chests, and we can pretty much go all the way up to the ceiling because we did use slabs for the ceiling. And now I also want to craft item frames, which I do think we have a good bit of leather. So we got 11 item frames. Alrighty, so now I need to gather all the wood stuff because we are going to start with wood. Wood can go in our first chest here. Next, we are going to do the different stones. Next, I think we're going to do like ores. The next chest we're going to do is different tools. Why don't we do like a food chest? Next is going to be mob loot. Next is going to be armor, but I only have 1 piece of armor like left over. So there's not actually going to be anything in that chest, but that's what that chest will be for. Because I've used that 1 piece of armor for the icon. Got 2 more. One of them is dirt/gravel/sand. And the last is glass. I don't know why, but I always put glass in its own category because I don't know what other category to put that in. And then since you use dye to dye glass, I'm also just going to put dye in there because that doesn't really need its own chest. I have this gear settings icon for my zoom mod. I'm also just going to throw that in there because I've got nowhere else to put it. We need to figure out what to do with all our furnaces. Why don't we do like maybe 2 here, and then I'll put a crafting table. And then over here, we'll do more. And this is looking pretty good. Alrighty, and last but not least, my bed. We gotta move the bed. I don't know if it necessarily fits up here, so we're gonna move it down to here. Just right here in the corner. And let's see how much bone meal we ended up getting. 26, not bad. I don't know if I really showed it off, but I did add this little house here. This is for the crops if I ever want to AFK. So just like put my iPad aside and wait for the crops to grow. I can come into here without mobs attacking me. I have a bed in case I come out of AFKing and it's night. A chest just because I do have a few things in here. and then a crafting table in case I wanted to craft anything. Oh, actually, one last thing before I end the episode. I want to go get some clay and make some like flower pots for around here on these little ledges. Now, let's go ahead and smelt these. And while those smelt, we need to go get some flowers to put in the pots. All the bricks have smelted, so we can make 20 pots, but we only need 6. So we're just going to come up here and place a pot on each of these ledges. We just need to put a flower in each of them. So there we have it. Just real quick, I do want to thank you for watching this episode. This was episode 6 of my Minecraft survival series, and I'll see you in episode 7 of the survival series.